Hey guys, crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
And it's just us this week, alright? Everybody's feeling bad. And why? Because Bakugo died last episode, Aaron.
Dang it.
Yeah, you really wanted me to...
Is there any chance that he did?
We had a lot of high energy before we started today, because this is kind of like our first day back from after WaveCon, and we took a 2-week break. Yeah, we came in 2 weeks ago to do some stuff, but not much. And now the first thing I have to remind you of is that boy, that Deku. He had to run to save him in that first episode. One of the greatest moments in anime. And now he's gone.
Maybe
he gave himself, sacrificed himself against the fight.
It was sad.
I
don't like it.
I know.
We talked about some different things. Maybe if there's like a way of the movies power in there, vestiges. He saw a vestige of All Might in his mind eye.
I don't think so.
And maybe he's...
I think he gave everything he had.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, you ready to watch some TV? Thought he was gonna tickle him.
Tickle him? How is he gonna get there?
I was thinking of Night Eye. He has that weird tickling thing he does.
You need a home machine for that, I think.
I've been anticipating
I think Mirio...
Midoriya's entrance into this so much. Brought a peach for you.
He just stopped Shigaraki in his tracks. Like, he was like, I don't know what to do with this.
He completely stopped him in his tracks. I mean, that's exactly what he needed to do. He did it. He found the right tool. He had the right cheeks.
Cheeks?
For that moment. He's been sculpting his body this entire time, and it worked. Damn.
Deku's here.
Deku's here. Bakugo could live.
At the expense of Edgeshot, I guess. Like, Edgeshot's...
Is it, so, like, the idea is Edgeshot is...
He's using his body to sew up and fix the internal injuries of Bakugo.
Yeah.
But in itself unravel himself or something, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is crazy given the power of Edgeshot, and like he's like the number 2 hero, and he's gonna sacrifice himself to save Bakugo. But they also did it around the time of talking about like the adults and like
the responsibility they have.
Yeah, like why did Stripe did this, Stars and Stripe did this. Why we're just gonna let that be for no reason? And it's like the adults do what they do and pass down their lessons, and the kids take it. And then here's Edgeshot sacrificing himself for Bakugo.
Yeah. To
have that continue on for the kids to be the next, I don't know, wave of heroes.
Yeah, I remember when Shigaraki was threatening Eraserhead and Deku being like, you will not take our teacher. And this is almost kind of like the opposite of that. Like, okay. Jesus. Every time I think Mirko, is that her name?
Yeah, Mirko.
Every time I think Mirko has showed me like the absolute limit that she can go to. And she was running on like one leg now this episode.
She lost another arm. Yeah. And then we have Genus just like take the cables and just like tighten it around her arm to give her like a more secure stump, I suppose,
She was beating him with her stumps. She is unstoppable. It's insane.
It's like, tear him with your teeth if you have to.
And I love the way they do her facial animation, like she's like contorts her face in this almost like this like demonic look where that's how stressed and like how much she has to bring to it. I don't know, there's something about it that's just so terrifying, just her sheer willpower. Like obviously she's physically incredible, but you cannot break her mind. She will not stop.
No, she's.
Everybody else will have a moment of like, oh no, doubt, and I can't do it, and she never does that.
Well, that was Mirio this whole time.
Yeah,
like,
which is right. Like
there's nothing I can do, and especially with what he had, he can be impervious and
invulnerable.
Well, yeah, but going through stuff. Yeah,
he phases,
things, right? Like having that, like he only can hit as hard as he can kind of just hit. Yeah, but it's not enough for Shigaraki to really care about, right? And since you're just like intangible for some time, like it doesn't bother him that much.
They can't tange all that much. Yeah, I get you.
So like, what does he do? Or Mirko's just like, I'm gonna just keep hitting you as hard as I can.
Yeah.
I did like him like covering his eyes.
Yeah, that was funny.
He's like, I can't see.
Yeah, that was good.
Because I assume like even just being intangible, right? Like you can just put him in front, you just can't see through him. And then you can't grab him to get him out of the way.
I would imagine. Yeah,
that'd be great.
So this whole time, he's been trying to find the optimal form, and he arrived on lots of fingers.
Well, yeah, you gotta get you. Can get you.
I mean,
you know,
thumbs, like, I think are, like, optimal. Just, I don't know about, I didn't see one thumb.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you only need one thumb.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have more fingers than thumbs.
I feel like if you have infinite fingers, you need at least 10 thumbs.
He has at least 2.
None of them are opposing.
And then he had eyeballs growing out of him.
Yeah.
Right?
But dude, he made like it was like Super Shredder from Turtles, but like made out of hands.
Well, he used to have hands all over him.
He did.
So now he has the Super Shredder hand Shigaraki form. Right? Yeah. Like he has like this mask that defends him.
Yeah.
It's like a, you know.
It's crazy.
And then his armor on the sides, just fingers interlocking around the sides of him and stuff.
It's like you think Frieza's sweet? Well, Cooler's better because he, you know.
More armored up.
Ugh.
So he's going to do that. And then now Deku's here, but can Deku with his powers, like, I also don't know. I don't know if All For One's going to show up here because he said his job is to free him of his coffin.
He said he's on his way,
so
right?
If that happens, then I assume that we end up losing the ability to stop his abilities.
Yeah.
You know, like something's going to fail there.
All For One is on his way. He's primed up. He's all like fresh and young.
But he's on a timer.
But he's on a timer. Yes. Deku isn't necessarily on a timer, but he can push himself too far and hurt himself, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only thing you have to watch out for him. And then Shigaraki has, Shimura deep inside of him causing doubts. So they all have, like, a thing.
Yeah, but there's also, what was it that was said? He was talking, I gotta find it. When Deku was talking about one of his powers, they were like, it wasn't used like that. My quirk is a last resort. It can no longer be used like it used to. Like there was a quirk that he was told he can't use.
Yeah.
It used to have a different ability, but now it's stronger maybe or something. So
okay.
And I don't know that we know what that is.
Last resort evolved.
Like Black Whip he uses, it seems fine. He has Float, which seems fine. He has I think it's like a fog thing, right?
Yeah.
Which seems fine. He has the Danger Sense thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4. I had a list of all of them at one point.
Yeah.
But like I'm pretty sure there must be an ability that we haven't seen, maybe from like the second user or something.
Okay.
I forget which user we didn't know the ability for.
You're right. We did have a list of them all at some point.
Yeah. So like, if that's not one that we know, because it was the energy buildup. Faja. Yeah. So like, the first one had Stockpile.
Yeah.
And the third one had Fajin. And then there was Danger Sense, Black Whip, Smokescreen, Float.
That's
and
right.
And then Deku and All Might. And neither of them had like actual powers. So the only one we don't know is who the second person was.
And that might be the one that is, you can't use that one? That
maybe.
Or you can't use it that way. Could apply to the other ones too, I suppose.
Like, is there a way, especially with it stockpiling and building up so much, like, you know how the mom had, like, what was it, water?
Yeah.
She could, like, shoot or make little things float to her or something like that? Like, what if you had something where it's, like, a very weak, minuscule power, but because of all this buildup, now it does, like instead of just shooting a little bit of water gun, now it's, like, a freaking, like,
I mean, that's what
tsunami,
Stockpile was, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, hey, this is useless until...
Yeah. It works with other powers. Okay. So, like, with him being 2, I just don't know. It has to be his, I would assume, because all the other ones he uses.
Yeah.
So we have like an extra power somewhere that could maybe use for Shigaraki, but I wonder why it's a last resort. You know?
I don't know.
Is it an explosion like an electrode?
I don't know. You just self-destructs. That's what he does.
Yeah. So we'll have that if Bakugo can get back now. Like we could have Deku and Bakugo fighting Shigaraki here.
They're trying. But
everyone else is like out.
Like they're wanting to restart his heart and lungs. Not that they are currently...
It was giving him internal CPR.
Yeah. But, like, that's because he is... I know death's a process, but right now he is dead.
There's a big difference between dead and mostly dead.
I know. I know. I know that we often can't tell that difference.
Yeah.
That's why you have to have a doctor just declare it, and hopefully they're right.
The thing they had was there was no pulse, but the brain is not dead right away.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so if you can get oxygen and blood going back to it relatively quickly... So the CPR could help prolong that.
Sure.
Maybe. But I don't know.
Man, did you hear that one kid who was like, Bakugo, come save us? Like they've already like got into that realm. So no wonder Edgeshot must be like, you know, it's the future. Like
they're already
losing someone like Bakugo is losing the future.
Yeah, were they? I wonder. I don't remember what they look like, but remember when they had to like get kids calmed down, and it was like Bakugo, Todoroki,
I remember that.
and like they were like made like an ice slide and
Was
stuff.
it those kids?
I wonder if it was those kids.
I can't remember exactly what they looked like at this point.
Yeah,
yeah, you might be right.
But there was a time when they had that.
It makes more sense why they know them.
What are some things that they would know these two from?
They would know them from the sports festival, and I mean they've been around some of the major stuff now.
But
they don't know like the extent because they've had to do some cover-ups with those kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
But he's still like, you know, they're still on that list of up and coming.
Actually, no, that would make sense, right? Because didn't those kids call Todoroki the Five Wieners?
Yeah, that's right, the Five Wieners.
Because like they said about that, and I saw like there was no, they're Five Wieners, Todoroki, and I was like,
I was confused by the Five Wieners thing in here, but now that you said it after the context, I remember it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had something with it. I don't remember how long ago that was exactly.
Yeah,
like, but
okay.
But I remember something about like, wieners.
Yeah. Man, it's really crazy because, like I said, we've had a 2-week break here at Blind Wave. And I really came in this morning like raring to go, like, oh, fucking, I love my job. I can't wait to get started. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I was like, oh yeah, one of your favorite characters of all of anime.
Dead.
He's dead. And I'm like, oh man. And now I got Naruto's. We just got into the pain arc. You know, we shouldn't have fucking fell there. And damn it, you know.
Everyone's dying.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect to have happen. I'm glad Deku's here.
Yeah.
Also, Dabi was like repowered through the ice punch thing that happened.
He's like, I saw your move and started to do it myself. Is kind of what he was talking about.
Thing.
It wasn't the cold fire, right?
I don't think
or was that meant to be a cold
no.
fire? I was just confused because he already has like that blue fire, but blue fire is like supposed to be hotter.
Yeah, it's not cold.
Yeah.
Ice is cold.
Remember in Hercules, like Hades, like he would always be blue, but when he got really pissed off, he would like go red, you know, like he's hotter, but shouldn't he be blue when he's hotter? Like Azula, you know?
Should go like white.
Is it white really hot?
White hot.
Is that the hottest fire? We should waste time to look that up. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of My Hero Academia with us. We'll be coming back strong next week. I think there's not more break, is there?
I don't think so.
We're either going to be weaker or be strong. And like Mirko, I want to be strong. I want to bite. Ah!
Bite the puck.